I decided to head out to the mountains for a peaceful hike one late Friday afternoon after work. It was a little past my ideal time to start, but I had such a stressful week, and I needed some time with just myself and the trees. As I set out, I made sure my mace was tucked away in my water bottle holder, because predator wildlife sightings were all too common in this park. I parked my four-door sedan, unloaded my bag from the back seat, and started out on the trail. I made my way down the paved cement pathway and eventually reached the multiple path option clearing and decided to take the sand and gravel, less traveled path, although it was already getting dark. About 10 minutes down this alternate trail, I started to hear human-like whispers, but I played it down as just being my schizophrenia symptoms and put my headphones in to drown out the noise. About 10 minutes later, I could swear I was hearing footsteps and branches cracking behind me, but every time I would turn around, you could hear a pin drop. I started to notice smoke in the distance and decided to turn around, fearing some sort of hippie encampment was ahead. As I did a 180, I was met with a mountain lion right in front of my face, its nose nearly touching mine. As I reached for my mace, I heard an ear-ringing shot, scaring the lion off, closing its mouth that could swallow me whole without me in it, and taking off into the bushes. A park ranger then emerged from the bushes, shaking me, whispering, "What's wrong with you, buddy? I've been trying to get your attention for half an hour, whispering, tossing gravel and sticks at you. I even set up a darn smoke signal." Me and some work friends had all requested off a warm day in the summer to head out into the wilderness for a peaceful hike. I drove us in my old truck down the highway, blasting some classic rock tunes with the windows down, making us feel like we were in some sort of 80s coming-of-age movie. We parked in the assigned lot and looked over at a father loading his family's belongings back into their minivan urgently as the mother tried to calm down their crying children. "Uh-oh, little Timmy got a wood tick," my friend Zach joked as we grabbed our bags and made our way down the trail. As we turned the first corner, we saw a valley of slaughtered animals, all disheveled and killed by some sort of crazed predator that left all claw marks, not even seeming to eat any of the flesh it had just destroyed. The blood was fresh, and I was ready to turn around, but cowardly continued on after Zach flashed his mace with a wink. We made our way through what we thought was the guided trail, but as we reached what should have been the looping point, it ended so abruptly. The gravel ground quickly turned into high weeds. We decided to just turn back around the same way we had come from. As we finally got back to a recognizable place near the parking lot, that same valley had been completely cleared. Not even a drop of blood left from the massacre aftermath we had witnessed earlier. That's when a pack of wolves that could only be described as on steroids emerged from the bush, growling and showing their monstrous teeth. We assumed they were the ones responsible for what we had witnessed earlier, until we saw it. It was not of this world. We sprinted back to the truck, letting it do as it pleased with what was left of Zach, flying down the highway in silence, only hearing each other's murmurs and cries, far worse than the ones we had heard from the boy earlier that day. I was spending a week out at my family's cabin during the summer, and as I woke up one morning, I decided I wanted to go for a nice jog. I brewed myself a fresh pot of coffee in my French press, and as the caffeine kicked in, I was ready to put on my running shoes and head out into the fresh air. As I did my stretches in the front yard, I was amazed by the beautiful weather and full sun shining down on me without a cloud in the sky. I started down the gravel road, putting one foot in front of the other until I made it to the trail opening, jogging up the hill from the road. As I made it about halfway through the trail, I noticed a fog start. However, it didn't seem to be ahead of me or behind me. Instead, formed a circle around my body, following me no matter how far or fast I ran. I was in a full sprint when I saw them. All of them, layers of eyes, human eyes, different colors and people shapes staring into my soul, from the smoke swirling and moving until I turned around and made my way off the trail. As I woke up in my family's cabin for real this time, I couldn't see a thing and could only feel my way around to the landline phone. I was assessed by the doctor at the hospital, and he explained to me that my vision was completely gone and described that my eyes were dark and smoky, with my pupils changing every second. I can only see the smoke and a glimpse through the set of the other eyes I saw in that fateful dream of whatever poor jogger is caught in the smoke now whenever I sleep, which because of this exact reason is rare nowadays.